If you didn't see the Mustang Monday intro, these were seat belts out of my 75 Dodge D100. They were good quality belts, they worked fine, so I didn't really see a point in scrapping them. When it came time for this project, I realized that I might be able to use them, so I gave it a shot. I was able to use two of the factory mounting holes without doing anything other than chasing the threads to clean them up. The top corner I had to retap because the bolt that I had wasn't going to fit, and instead of finding new bolts, I just retapped it. And then I had to fabricate a bracket where the reel attaches to the B-pillar. Once I had test fitted it and was comfortable that this was a safe and secure concept and it was actually going to work, I started fabricating the plate for the passenger side top. I took a piece of 3/16 inch thick flat stock, cut it down to some semblance of approximate size that was going to fit, test fitted to make sure it fit, then tapped the threads in the plate itself, then ground everything nice and smooth and cleaned it up. And then I welded the nut onto the back side of the bracket using a bolt to keep everything in line and in place. I then took a scrap piece of sheet steel and welded it onto the back of the handle and bent it at a 90-degree angle. And the only thing this is for is so that I can use it to hold onto the plate while I'm getting it in position and welding it to keep it from falling down into the sail pillar. Once I had everything cleaned up and wiped down, I used the makeshift handle to stick the bracket through the little hole in the body of the Mustang, stuck a bolt through there, and tightened it down real tight so it pulled everything nice and flush, so when I started welding it would make good, clean, flush welds. This is the passenger safety. And I started the first weld and was like, wait, what's going on here? Why is that so ugly? Had to get out of the car, go turn the gas back on, get back in the car, and start all over again. MIG welders work much better when you turn the gas on. Once I had everything welded up, I pulled the bolt out and started the cleanup process. When everything was ground down with no mishaps, I took a pair of tin snips and cut the little big shift handle off and away. I guesstimated how big and wide the channel was going to be, so I had an idea of about what size stock I needed to cut so that it would fit down in there sideways, again, to help keep it secured. Drilled a hole in there. Eventually I'm going to use that to retain the bracket while I'm welding and getting everything lined up. Marked it all, and then made a paper template so that I could transfer this to the other side. I used the bottom quarter 20 hole to temporarily hold everything in place, fastened the bracket down, made sure that it was going to function properly. Once I was happy with it, again, the final, I started making the template that I was going to need to cut out the hole, or drill the hole for the seatbelt to go through the quarter panel covers for the inside. And those things are metal. I really didn't want to have to drill them, but I didn't see a way around it. I just taped the piece to the frame of the car, folded it down when put the sail panel back in, pulled the panel back up, marked it, and then drilled the holes. Once I had the holes lined up, I test fitted the seat belts. Didn't show it, but I did. Test fitted the seat belts to make sure that they were working properly, and then welded the bracket to the brace on the car. Not going anywhere now at all. Put the panel back in, put everything back together, test fitted it one more time because seat belts, they're important. All said and done, this was a pretty quick and easy upgrade that I am pretty happy with how it turned out.